Hello, this is Steve from Object River. Welcome to part 2 of the SalesForce, microservices demo here. Today, what we're talking about is how do you set up SalesForce, the security, so you can do, microservices from the client into SalesForce. So first, we're going to go back to our IntelliJ, and we're going to discuss some of the generated things we're generating into the client. So first, we're going to go to this test, and in the test, the first thing the test does is it tries to get a client connection to Salesforce. And we have this option right here: is it Salesforce that you're trying to connect to? Because this is quite different. It's going to try and do what's called an OAuth security connection to Salesforce. And so here you're filling in your connection information to Salesforce. Another important thing is right here on this constructor for this key. Are you connecting to a sandbox on the back end, or is it a production system or a development instance? In our case, it's a development instance, and so we have false here. So now what I'm going to show you is what this key is that we generate. This is generated, and it fills in, random information right now, but we're going to show you up in Salesforce how to get this information to fill into this key. Another important thing is this org statement. If the back end that you're connecting to has a namespace or an org, you have to fill this in because the URL changes, and if you don't, you're going to get a 404 if you're trying to connect into an org and you haven't filled out this field. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Salesforce. I'm going to show you where this information comes from, this consumer key, the secret. The security token is another piece of information. A lot of times this changes, so you may not want it hard-coded in this file, but there's a setter here that you can set your security token. If your password changes, that's typically when the security token changes. So we're up in Salesforce. This is a dev account. Let me go. What you do is you go to Setup. Scroll down here. We're going to go to Create Apps. Now I'm not going to create another app, but I'm going to show you one that's created, and we're going to look at this Hello app. Okay, so what you do is you name the app, you give it your your email, your phone number, etc. It will generate, when you're done creating it, it will generate this consumer key, and it will also generate this consumer secret. You want to set it up for full access. You'll see a little, I don't know what you call it, like a slider where you can push it. You can push this selected feature from the left to the right. This URL is what you need to put in. It almost calls back into Salesforce. I think they did that for, I don't know, mobile devices or something, but that's what this works. And there's a checkbox in there. It says require secret for web server flow. So that's another checkbox you got to check. Then you create it. You don't need a range of IPs. This has it. I don't know why. We were probably struggling when we first tried to figure this stuff out. And that's it. Once you've configured this, you should be able to run these generated clients from right now from Java up into Salesforce. So that's it. Thank you.